Let's talk about it. Mental health and tattoos. Does having tattoos in certain locations on your body, is that an indication of possible mental illness? That's the question for today. What inspired this subject is a video I did about 2 days ago where you had a young lady who had a neck tattoo, multiple nose piercings, and in the video, um, I alluded to that she may have some mental health issues, and a lot of people were very upset in the comments. So I figured we'd take a deep dive on this topic. So let's get into the clips.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all seen that video of that guy. He was basically saying like nose rings are a sign of you don't have a father in your life or you're like rebellious, and he was saying like tattoos are a sign that you're like have a mental disorder or something going on. And it was another one I forgot. Oh, when you have a bunch of piercings going up your ear, you're like real insecure. And let me just say, it all makes sense. Like I see exactly why that stuff correlates. Like for instance, like when I first got my first tattoo, I had just started going through a depression, and let me show y'all the tattoos. Like, don't they look like something a depressed person would have on their body? I really want to get it removed. Like, I've been saying that for the past 3 months. And then, like, when I've got my nose pierced, I don't have my piercings anymore. But when I got my nose pierced, like, my auntie begged me so bad. Like, she was like, please do not get a nose ring. Please do not get a nose ring. And that made me want it even more. I was being rebellious. That is crazy. And then y'all, I was so insecure when I was little. Like I had like an industrial piercing, and I was trying so hard to go get my double ear piercing because back then when I was a kid, my mama didn't play that shit. Like she didn't play, oh you ain't finna have all them piercings and stuff like that. So I couldn't get it. But like I wanted it so bad because, and if you think about it, I was really insecure. Like I was really trying to make myself look a certain way so I could mask my insecurities. Like it's crazy how that stuff correlates. Like for real.
I mean, I appreciate her honesty. This is a very touchy subject, and a lot of people are not very honest when it comes to certain tattoos, certain piercings. In my opinion, it's definitely a direct correlation to a person's mental health. Now, to say that they're fully blown mentally ill, that's, up for discussion. But some tattoos and certain piercings automatically give you an insight into how a person is feeling about themselves. Usually, from what I've seen, it's a coping mechanism. They get these tattoos and certain piercings to try. It's almost like a form of therapy. Instead of going to a therapist or talking to somebody about some of the issues that they may be having, they use, I guess, they use tattoos, they use ink as a way to express themselves.
This is a good example of somebody that has BPD, borderline personality disorder, okay? When we're in an episode, this is what you get. Somebody that does something really freaking stupid and then regrets it because I've already started, so I cannot stop. But who in their right mind would go, oh yeah, I can tattoo my own neck. Oh yeah, I'm in a mental health crisis right now, and the best thing that I can come up with to do is do a freaking neck tattoo on myself. Who does that? Okay, apparently me, okay? Not my finest and brightest moment right now, but hey, we're gonna conquer this and we're gonna get this done, and I'm gonna do it anyways. And I might highly freaking regret it. Well, I already highly regret it, but yeah, wish me luck.
Again, I appreciate her honesty. No one in their right mind would put a tattoo of that size and that magnitude on their neck and not be going through some type of mental illness or suffering some type of depression. Again, like she said, she had borderline personality disorder. So I don't know why people try to argue me down in the comments, call me ignorant, when it's clear as day. I mean, like I said, you don't have to be a psychologist, you don't have to have some type of advanced degree to see for someone to put something like this on their neck, permanent permanently put something on your neck, especially when you see people do it at a young age, that's a telltale sign that a person is not mentally healthy.
Okay, this is for my spiritual people. A little quick review or whatever. Just in bed thinking. So, ever since I got this on my ring finger, I've been getting hella blessings. Like, I've been glowing, looking good. Um, I haven't been thinking crazy about myself. My mental hasn't been fucking up. I just been feeling good about myself in general. And I feel like this is a very powerful symbol because I went through a lot of stuff mentally as a child, as a teenager, a lot of trauma, growing up as a hood bitch. But yeah, this is a powerful symbol. And I advise all my black people to tap in. Like, it's time to get back into our roots.
Not sure exactly what that symbol is. It looks like some type of cross. So you expect me to believe that by getting a cross tattooed on one of your fingers, that that's going to cure all your problems and everything is going to be great and rosy, and now you're not thinking crazy thoughts anymore. All you got to do, no need for therapy, no need for any type of counseling. Just get a tattoo on your index finger and everything is fine. Again, this is just another example of people who have tattoos, even though the tattoo on the finger is really not something that extreme, but the fact that she really believes that this tattoo has done all these wonders just goes to show you that her mental is just not where it needs to be. Again, like I said, a lot of times with these tattoos, people are dealing with some type of childhood trauma, some type of major loss or headache, and they get these tattoos as a form of therapy. I'm almost convinced. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Am I off basis? Am I ignorant? Or is there some is there a method behind this madness of getting a tattoo and it being linked to having some mental health issues?
So this last Friday, I got my eyelids tattooed, and that
Let's just pause it right here before she even gets into talking. I mean, can we really honestly say with a straight face that a person that will have all these piercings around their mouth, their tongue, a tattoo over their eyebrow, across their chest, on their eyelids, we're really telling me that this person right here is mentally sound? Come on.
that always opens up the questions of why would you do that to yourself, and did it hurt? For the record, for the second one, no, not really. My artist is pretty amazing, but I am going to give some explanation to why I modified myself the way I did. As always, can't speak for anyone else. This is just me and my personal reasons for doing so. This last year, I was diagnosed with type 1 antisocial personality disorder, and that's the one that's typically associated with criminal acts, violence, that type of stuff. And I wanted to let people know what they were dealing with. And looking at me now, people might be like, oh, well, I can see it, of course. Yeah, but if you get to know me in person, I tend to be very charismatic. I'm very good at customer service. That's kind of the area I excel in. And it's pretty easy to get people to like me.
So it's pretty much she's letting you know, I got these tattoos to let you know danger, warning. Don't believe me. Don't believe the charismatic. Don't believe the finesse. I am dangerous. I'm dealing with some type of mental health issue. Stay away from me. That's all I've been trying to say from the beginning.
And this was my way of warning people for what they were in for. That, yeah, I can be friendly and nice and happy when you meet me, but there's a lot lying under the surface. And while I have been learning to regulate and may have found a method that works for me, there's no promise that that's going to work in the long term. There is no guarantee that the theories I have been testing are actually going to produce long-term results. So, better safe than sorry in that aspect. Secondly, because my diagnosis does come with the risk of unlawful behavior, if I'm in a lineup, you're going to be able to pick me out. It's definitely a safeguard to know that if I do something bad to someone else or I break a law, they're going to very easily be able to find me. And I kind of value my freedom. I don't want to do anything to get myself in trouble. So it's a little bit of a forced safety net in that aspect. And thirdly, I was in a relationship with someone who took a knife to me 23 times. To give you an idea, I have scars all over my body, and I have a very complex relationship with those scars. I'm not seeking any kind of revenge. I don't hold it against this person. I'm not even mad at them. It was a very odd situation, but once someone has modified your body in such a drastic way, you can lose sense of control over yourself. You can feel like when you look in the mirror, you know, there's nothing that's you anymore. And this was my way of taking back my power. And what I went through because of that person ended up really messing my life up. And I wanted a reminder to never go back to that I chose, something in my power that I wanted. And my thing is, if someone can't accept the choices I've made for my body, they are not going to be able to accept some of the things that have happened to me. And I'm not trying to seek pity or have anyone feel bad about it. It was, like I said, a complex situation. I have very mixed feelings on that. Not only that, I was adopted and I grew up being told I looked exactly like my birth mother, who I have an even more complex relationship with. And again, I'm not saying any of this for sympathy or pity. Shit happens. But when you're told that you look like someone who chose to give you up for adoption, took you back under 2 months, and then gave you back up again, who, you know, has lied to you about many things that went on and chose to get pregnant underage as a ward of the state, you know, because she wanted to feel loved. It's only natural you might have some resentment for being compared to someone like that. And while I've definitely come to deal with that and stuff, it's still a way of giving myself some distinction from someone who, you know, did things that I personally don't agree with. It's her life at the end of the day. She can live it how she wants, but that doesn't mean what she did didn't impact me on some level. Anyway, honestly, I have more reasons than that. I also work in a job that doesn't have a dress code. I'm well established in that industry. I have good references and I'm a good employee. So the way I look doesn't really impact my work per se. But I do find it weird that so many people want to focus on that aspect because, you know, it's just how I've learned to deal with the situations I've been through in life. And, yeah, if you don't like it, that's okay. I'm not saying it's for everyone, but it's just how I personally have learned to minimize damage to myself and to other people throughout my life. And I think it's kind of a weird thing for people to get hung up on if it's something that keeps me from acting out and doing damage to other people.
I first want to say shout out to this lady. Again, like I said, you can tell that she's very intelligent, very well spoken, and is really giving you an inner thought to people who have these extreme piercings and these extreme tattoos, and it literally encapsulates everything I've been saying throughout the video. And actually, she actually told you she purposely gets these piercings and tattoos to let you know, hey, I'm not mentally right in the head. Even though I may seem friendly, even though I may seem right, I could relapse at any moment and do some really bad things. So she actually has it as a preventative measure so people can stay away from her. Again, I appreciate the honesty because a lot of times with this subject, people really try to lie and try to say, no, there's no correlation between just because you get a tattoo and you have a tattoo across your forehead and across your neck, that doesn't mean that you're mentally ill. Stop. Just stop. We've seen people, multiple people in the video who have been diagnosed with multiple mental health disorders, and they tell you that they get these tattoos out of impulse. They get these tattoos because it's something not right in the brain. So I don't, again, like I said, I don't know why I got so much pushback in the comments about something that I thought was very clear and very obvious. Again, you could see here, I mean, huge, bull ring, neck tattoo. This looks like to be a picture of herself. As you can see, you have very multiple layers here going on in this picture. Clearly, a picture like this, you see something like this is not a person that's mentally well at all. Again, you see like some type of scar or some type of bruising or going across one eye. Then it looks like you have a mask over top of another face. Again, this person is definitely dealing with some mental health issues.
Good thing about seeing somebody naked before you date them is you can see exactly how mentally ill they might be dependent on their tattoos. Like one guy was an amputee, he was missing a leg, and then he had done like an elephant ear tattoo so that the elephant's trunk was the dick, and you're like, that guy's mentally ill. That's
Seemed
a
like
problem.
it. He blamed it on a drunken time out in Thailand. That they got drunk and his friends walked into a tattoo place.
But
It's kind of weird.
then you're like, this guy's too much. It's too much for me.
That is true. That you could have picked that guy and then seen that and been like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Again, like I said, am I saying everybody with a tattoo has mental health issues? Absolutely not. You know, a very simple tattoo, maybe on your arm, your upper arm, your back, your leg, something small, even if it's a bigger piece, definitely does not mean you have mental health issues. But we're talking about when we see people with certain types of tattoos and piercings, you definitely have to pause and reflect and say, hey, this person may not be mentally healthy. Maybe maybe at the time you meet them, maybe they got over whatever they were going through, but to flat out deny and try to say certain tattoos and certain piercings do not have a correlation with mental health is just being disingenuous, in my opinion. But let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of opinions in the comments regarding regarding this topic. I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.